Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to talk about a lot of NFL news from Twitter, JPA Football, on Instagram, so let's get right into it. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is the hashtag Chargers. They are waiving rookie quarterback Max Duggan per Tom Pelissero. He's played good this preseason and should have a lot of interest. And I don't know why they drafted him in the first place if they were going to release him. It's not really a waste of a draft pick, and he's a 7th round pick, so it's not really a waste for a pick. Most of those picks aren't on the same team by like year 3. It's a 7th rounder. But I wonder what team will go and pick him up. I mean, he played in one preseason game, but it's he didn't get a chance to showcase much. So it's kind of hard to say he was bad or not. So the Eagles. Remember Isaiah Rodgers, who was suspended for at least the 2023 season? So the Eagles, they have signed former Colts cornerback Isaiah Rodgers. Remember who he is suspended for at least the 2023 season for violating the NFL's gambling policy. He planned to get cut so he can be on a winning team. 1 million IQ. Isaiah Rodgers going from a horrible team to a winning team, just like that. Best move in the preseason. I mean, he's a solid special teamer. I guess they want to get some good special teams. So the Vikings, they are making a push to get superstar wide receiver Justin Jefferson signed before the season starts, per Albert Breer. Justin Jefferson has been dreaming of a life-changing contract since he was 7 years old. Jefferson's been pretty quiet about his contract talks, though, so they don't become a distraction for this team's Super Bowl goals. It's been a dream since I was 7 years old. I'm not letting that contract get in the way of my team. We have to be focused on getting to the Super Bowl. I mean, he ain't stressing, because I think he's getting that bag no matter what. He's worth the extension, in my opinion. I mean, he's the best wide receiver in the game right now. You'd probably ask many people that say Justin Jefferson, including me. He'd definitely be worth the money. But he's a humble. He's literally like the most humble receiver. He isn't like an ego, like psycho and just money hungry. Because some wide receivers would probably just be like, "Oh, I don't care about the team. Just give me my money." But he's a good guy, and he deserves some money, because if the Vikings didn't have him, I don't know where their offense would be. He's the best in the league, receiver-wise. So he's definitely going to get that bag. The Texans, they are releasing veteran cornerback Desmond King, per Aaron Wilson, a, quote, solid cornerback now on the market. I don't know about what. I mean, he was actually decent. But when you go to the Texans, you kind of get forgotten. I feel like people say, "Oh, he's washed." Maybe he just needs a new start somewhere else. It's just people forgot about him on the Texans. I don't know. He was targeted the most last year at the cornerback position. It was 27th in yards allowed. So he was really good last year. It's just people forget because, well, he's on the Texans. I mean, any person would forget. The Jets, they are releasing running back Bam Knight, per Ian Rappaport. Bam has a lot of talent, but New York is very deep at the running back position. Yeah, they've got very deep at the running back position with Breece Hall, Dalvin Cook. So I guess they don't have any room for Bam Knight. In case you don't know, that's Zonovan Knight. He is Zonovan Knight. I guess he just changed his name to Bam Knight. But they're so low at the running back position, they just don't really have any use for him. So that makes sense. Cardinals quarterback Kyler Murray, per Ian Rappaport. Remember, he got the 2022. He suffered his torn ACL. He's set to miss at least hear about the first 4 weeks of the season as he continues to cover from the 2022 torn ACL per Ian Rappaport. And just give the Cardinals the first pick already. They might not win a whole game. They might not win a game this year. They might win like 2 or 3 max. He should just play baseball at this point. I feel like he's gonna miss the whole season. Watch them bench him the whole year. And just tank so they can get Caleb Williams and then get Kyler Murray out of there. I mean, it says he's going to miss at least the first 4 weeks of the season, but I don't know if he's going to play this year at all. So, free agent Pro Bowl running back Treat Cohen says he was in a, quote, bad place after suffering back-to-back years with knee and Achilles injuries, he told NFL Network. He views it as a, quote, blessing in disguise because he was able to get 2 years off to refresh his body and reset his mind from a mental standpoint. He now feels good and is ready to join a team for the 2023 season. He's a, quote, do-it-all back that had 1,100 plus all-purpose yards and 8 TDs back in 2018. So, he said he was facing a bad place after suffering back-to-back years with, like, knee and Achilles injuries. But he basically said it was a blessing in disguise, to get 2 years off to refresh his body. He was a major weapon on that team led by Matt Nagy and Mitch Trubisky. Wish him nothing but the best. The Chargers. They are trading veteran kicker Dustin Hopkins to the hashtag Brands per Ian Rappaport. So it looks like Cade York's time in Cleveland is over. The rise and fall of Cade York is insane. I mean, the rise was week 1 of last season. The fall's been everything after that. He wasn't really that good. Remember when he was drafted in like the 4th round? Yeah, and now they're probably going to cut him soon. And they got Dustin Hopkins. It's an upgrade at least, I guess. So, the Texans officially made it official. They have officially named rookie C.J. Stroud as the team's starting quarterback for Week 1. This was expected all along, but it's now official. So, all the rookies are officially the starting quarterbacks already going to Week 1. I know Matt Davis Mills should be the starter. I don't know. I mean, you gotta see what you have with C.J. Stroud. But against the Ravens, though, it's going to be tough for his first game. Lamar versus C.J. Stroud should be fun to watch. The hashtag Eagles, have made former first-round defensive end Derek Barnett available via trade, per Jay Fowler, ESPN. Barnett could likely get more playing time elsewhere because Philly's D-line is stacked. He's like a walking penalty. No more necessary roughness penalties for the Eagles there. He always gets penalties at the worst time, so the Eagles could get rid of a guy that just gives up way too many penalties at times. So the Bears are releasing former Raiders first-round offensive lineman Alex Leatherwood per Ian Rappaport. He's likely to join his 3rd team now in only a couple of years. Yeah, man, remember he was drafted in the first round by the Raiders? This dude has never improved. He's never got better. But he should never been first round anyways. The Browns are cutting speedster wide receiver Anthony Schwartz. He was never quite able to reach his full potential in Cleveland. Yeah, he's never reached his full potential. I mean, nobody ever reaches their full potential in Cleveland. Sorry. In an alternate reality, Jalen Hurts was drafted by the hashtag Cowboys. While talking with reporters about Trey Lance, Jerry Jones mentions that Dallas had interest in drafting Jalen Hurts. Had he fallen to their pick, he didn't, and the Eagles ended up taking him. That's crazy that the Cowboys could have said this, but I feel like every team says this though. As much as I appreciate extending my detail on 51, I think I'm gonna have to pass. The hashtag Colts are, quote, actively monitoring the status of free agent running back Kareem Hunt amid ongoing trade conversations regarding all-pro running back Jonathan Taylor per Cam Marino. So if they do trade Jonathan Taylor, they're probably going to get Kareem Hunt. The Bills are releasing 8 players, but notable is the defensive end Shane Ray, the Broncos' 2015 first-round pick, who was attempting an NFL comeback, suffered an injury. So it was basically like an injury that cost him. So the last thing I want to talk about is Rams QB Matt Stafford. He's having a hard time connecting with his young teammates, having to go as far as having the equipment staff print out a, quote, Facebook, so that he could remember everyone's name and make an attempt to get to know them. Quote, I don't know how to lead people I have no connection with. I have to somehow find a way to connect with them, end quote. Quote from Matthew Stafford's wife, Kelly, on her podcast, quote, they get out practice and meetings during training camp, and they go straight to their phones. And they go straight to their phones. And they go straight to their phones. No one looks up from their phones. Matthew's like, I don't know. Am I the dad? Do I take their phones? What do I do here? He's like, I want them to see me not as a coach. They say sir to him and shit. He's just like, no, we're on the same level here. We're both playing the league. Let me get to know you. Yeah, but that's kind of crazy, man. He's not this old teammates, to be honest. I mean, he may be coming across as like, I guess a boomer or whatever. But that's kind of crazy, to be honest. Like, that's kind of bad teammates. And I don't think he's a boomer for trying to connect. You kind of need to get your shit together. It kind of shows an immature locker room. I really hope he gets to connect with him. He's a great dude and like a really good leader, but I don't know. It's just kind of hard to connect with a bunch of young guys when they're not trying to connect with you, and when they get out of practice, they go straight to their phones and stuff. The Jets have announced Mekhi Becton as their starting right tackle for 2023. So he basically won the job. But yeah, that's really all to say for this video. So until next time, I'm out. Peace.